Alright, I'm just going to do a quick little review of these Cleto Reyes training gloves. Just trying to be really quick here. Leather is good, nice leather, workmanship is great, no loose stitching, and these were used for a while. I just got these from a friend of mine, and I don't know how long he used them, but I used them for a while, but for being a used glove, they're in great shape still. Sure, there's like, you know, cracks and stuff in the leather, but you know, that's normal, man, from wear and tear. You don't expect things to stay perfect forever. There's a glove. Unless you don't use it, of course. Interior liner feels great, very comfortable. You know, you slide right in. These would be a really comfortable glove, but for me, I hate the thumb position. That's just my personal perspective. But if I didn't know any better, I'd probably be like, "Oh, this is great." But if you're picky about how the glove feels, it all depends. Maybe I have a long thumb. So it just feels weird. You know, if I put my thumb kind of, let me see here. If I try to force my thumb over here instead of over here, then it feels a little bit better. So that's pretty much all I have to do. I gotta try to force my thumb into this area here, and it feels fine, or a little bit better. Padding is actually not that bad. Bottom's out though. You can feel your knuckles. Spongy, very soft padding. Very spongy. But you can feel your knuckles, so I guess that's pretty much why these Cleto Reyes are considered a puncher's glove. Is because you're gonna bottom out and let your training partners feel your knuckles, which is, you know, not great for protecting your hands if you have shitty hands, but not great for your training partners either. I'm just gonna bang a bit on the bag for a few seconds here, just to get the feel of what they feel like on the bag. Oh, this one feels even worse on the thumb. Yeah, you know what? They feel different. This one feels a little bit better than this one for some reason. I don't know why. Push that thumb. Yeah, that feels. God damn it! That feels a little bit better now. I try to manipulate it a bit. But you know what? It's funny for such. Can't really open my hand all the way for. I would assume from such a soft glove that I'd have that hand dexterity where I could just open up my hand, but I can only get about right up to there. That's it. And then I have to really flex to get anything more than that. But if you're a boxer, you're not really spending too much time opening your hands. Sure, when you're catching punches a little bit, parrying, and you open your hands open a little bit, but you don't need to clinch and do stuff like that. So that should be fine. You know, they feel good. Oh. You know what? They feel good on the bag. Can't complain. Soft bag. Oh, let's see here. You know, wrist support, crap. But again, like I said in the previous review, you know what? You have shitty wrist support. Just add a little bit more wrap over your wrist and you're good. In the bag, again, a soft bag. That's all cotton filled. It's not all shop rags in there. No sand, no nothing like that. So it's not that hard. But it felt great on the bag. And I was really trying to dig into my shots. I was focusing more on just digging them in instead of instead of just patty caking my shots. And knuckles felt great. These actually felt, I don't know how old these are in comparison to the TU heat seekers I was using earlier, but even though the padding is soft, not as soft as those Triumph United, but it's still soft and spongy. It did provide a little bit better knuckle protection than those Triumph United heat seeker ones there. That you know, where the wool shifted, the wool padding shifted into the fingertips. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So in a nutshell, crappy wrist support, but you can deal with that with wraps. Thumb placement feels funny, but you can deal with that by ignoring it, you know. A few days of training with these, and then you won't even notice it. Already just throwing little combinations, it was already out of my mind. So that's one of those things where, you know, something like, oh, I didn't feel too comfortable in the thumb. You know, would it injure my thumb? It all depends, you know. The thumb feels like it's in a weird spot, but just by hitting the bag, felt fine, you know. Can't complain. Not a baby. That's it, man. Workmanship's good. Leather was good. That's about pretty much it. Liner's good. Stitching's good. Stitching's good. Not as thick. The thread that they use is not as thick as Winning, but it's still good. There's no threads that are popped anywhere. Yeah, no, it looks like a decent little glove. That's it. All right, this is for my buddy Isaac here. There you go. There's your Winning right there. Just latex, 2 sheets of latex, and that's it. 1 complete sheet, and 1 over the knuckles. You can see the knuckle latex is cracked, but you know what? This was pretty high quality latex, man. So you can feel that right there. It still has its buoyancy, its density. When latex gets really shitty, if it's a shitty latex, I use a lot of polyfoam. Then it loses that buoyancy. It loses that little spring of, you know. And when you pinch it, it goes from being like, you know, from this would be like brand new. And then over time, it just gets like where you're not even using any energy to bottom it out. You know, it just loses all its strength, all its everything that makes it good. So usually, if it's a latex with a lot of fillers, that's usually the case. So obviously, Cleto Reyes likes to use high quality latex. So that's good news. Another thing I liked what they did. This is how I tell when a glove is good. You open it up and it's a one-piece construction. That's another thing. That's good. A lot of glove companies like to make gloves and just like try to save money by using up. You know, they have like a square meter of foam, and they try to make as many gloves as they can. So they're gonna try to utilize everything. So they're gonna cut the glove here instead, and then maybe cut it even here. I've seen some that are cut here, so this is glued on here, this thumb is glued on, so they can maximize. They can actually get like maybe 4 or 5 more gloves out of a square meter sheet of foam. Because when you make it like this, you gotta remember it's gonna be like this. There's like all this wasted material, you know, from here. There's all this wasted material here, all this wasted material here, and they can't maximize the amount of foam they have kicking around. So this here, when I see this, that means quality, man. And they're not hiding it. You know, usually you think, oh, they're just inside the glove. It's a $200 glove or $170 glove, whatever it is. And they're hiding that. They're like, okay, you know what? No one's gonna open these gloves up. Let's cut some corners here. And that's what a lot of companies do. And one company in particular, which I'm not gonna mention because I'll probably get flamed. All the trolls will come out and start fucking bashing it. You know, they piece shit together, you know. And when I see that, I'm like, ugh. What are you guys hiding, you know? What are you guys trying to save money for? You guys are selling $300 gloves. But anyways, yeah, very good. Another thing I really like, they use this this thin plastic sheet that they glue on. That's smart, fuck. That's smart. Because you know what happens with latex? Especially, here, I'll be right back. With latex is that from opening and closing your fist all the time, you know, opening it up, closing it up, these little ridges here, these wrinkles in the leather, it just kind of slowly rubs away on the sides over and over and over. And then it doesn't really make the glove worse. It just makes it look worse. And a year from now, you're going to have like particles. Like you can see those particles flying off just by me doing that. That's from those wrinkles rubbing up against it all the time from opening and closing your fist, opening and closing your fist. And when that happens, they just stay inside the little compartment for the padding, and they make their way to the top. And when they make their way to the top, they make the glove look like it's got these fucking warts on them, you know? It looks like shit. I've seen people review and they're like, ugh, you know, they give bad reviews about the padding. Because of that, they think the padding's falling apart. But the padding itself is perfect. It's just like dust particles. Like, look again. Dust particles from the sides of the latex just popping off. And then when you see this big, like all these bubbles, and then if you open up the glove there, you'll notice that that bubble is just this tiny speck of latex dust, you know? It makes this huge bubble, you know? It looks like crap. You're thinking like a huge chunk of foam is there, but nah, not the case at all. So that's cool. That's smart. Smart. I'm going to have to think about that. Anyways, you know, I did think about that. But I'm not going to mention any details. I did think about that. But the manufacturer didn't fucking follow up on what I wanted. Anyways, take care, brother. See you later.